Entrepreneurship Week this week. If we go to the next slide, you'll see all the different partners that are actually working together collaboratively this week in Prince George's County. So we're working with the different business incubators throughout the county, the University of Maryland system, the library system, the Innovation Hub at the community college. And I really want to thank Bowie State University for being the leader of this band, and Dr. Janetta Hardy for helping us to put together this collaborative program throughout the week. So if you want to know more about what's going on this week, you can look at our website, pgcmls.info. A number of the events are posted there. Can we go to the next slide, please? So what's going on with Prince George's County Economic Development Corporation? I just want to let you know, many of you may be business owners who are looking to start a business, or some of you may already be in business and may have been impacted by COVID. So you should know that as a result of COVID-19 relief efforts, we did have a $20 million business relief fund that assisted nearly 600 businesses. We now currently have a child care relief fund open, and we also have a program open for our restaurants. So just know those are all going on now. And then we also have our Emerge Stronger program, which is emergestrongerpgc.com. You can go there. We've done CEO boot camps. We have counseling, mentoring sessions, and other programs to assist businesses. We have a local Buy Prince George's campaign. So this coming, we have Small Business Saturday upcoming that usually happens after Thanksgiving. But we also have a Buy Prince George's campaign that's happening throughout the course of this time period. We work with the Latino business community and have a special Spanish-speaking representative within the EDC. We also are focusing on Takeout Tuesday and representing our local businesses and having some information about local restaurants, because again, it's very important to do some takeout if you can afford to, because our businesses need our support. Next slide. We at Innovation Station, that is our business incubator within Prince George's County Economic Development Corporation. We have a partnership with Lurch Early Brewer. I know you're going to hear about some legal resources at the library, but just know we also have partnerships with some law firms to help provide some legal resources. We have a First Friday coaching session that you can jump into to learn more. We have the Maryland Business Reboot program. If you did not know this, the University of Maryland Smith School of Business has been offering free training to residents and business owners. So take a look at the Reboot programs. They've really been phenomenal. And of course, this week we're celebrating Global Entrepreneurship Week. So next. And so who are we? Well, this is your business development team. If you didn't know it, Prince George's County has a great economic development team, and I'm proud to be part of this team. And these experts and individuals all have expertise, whether it's in technology or manufacturing or construction or government contracting or how to do international business, financing, healthcare, retail, restaurant. So just know that it's not just me at Prince George's County Economic Development Corporation. We have a team of people here to assist you as business owners. Next slide. So what are small business services? We provide all kinds of services through the Economic Development Corporation. If you did not know this, we help with site selection. We help with permitting assistance. If you have questions, we can work with the permitting department to assist you. We have connections to capital. We work in partnership with FSC First here in the county and several other banks and lending institutions, venture capitalists, angel networks, etc. We can provide guidance on federal, state, and local incentives and workforce programs that are available. So we work in partnership with our federal, state, and local partners in the economic development arena, as well as in the workforce arena. We provide educational workshops and programming. We provide access to coaches, counselors, and mentors. We provide connections to resource partners and procurement opportunities and customers. So this is just some of what we do. We also have, as I mentioned, a business incubator, which is turnkey office space and co-working space and virtual business space through our Innovation Station Business Incubator. Next slide. So here is a list of resources that I put together a couple years back. And as you can see right there on the top left, front and center is the library, because the library system, SCORE, the Maryland Women's Business Center, our Economic Development Agency, the Financial Empowerment Center, and a host of other entities, whether it's TEDCO or it's the Momentum Fund or it's the Department of Housing and Community Development or the Comptroller of the Treasury or the Maryland office, the Department of Permitting and Inspections, or the Governor's Office on Small Minority Business Affairs. There are a host of resources available to local businesses. And so we're really pleased to be working with the library for the first time ever and giving a presentation and connecting all the dots here. So thank you so much, Nick, again, and Mr. Mcbride for participating in this program and helping us put this together. Next slide. So Innovation Station is a business incubator again. What economic development is all about is fostering job creation, business retention, business expansion, business attraction, and supporting the county's economic development mission. So again, my name's Alicia Moran, and I'm the manager of small business development. On our last slide here, you'll see my contact information. And you'll also see the contact information of Martin Azima, because he is our international liaison. And since we're doing this as part of Global Entrepreneurship Week, I wanted to just mention Martin as well. So if you're looking to export products or get into the international marketplace, Martin would be your point of contact. If you're looking for small business assistance, I can assist you. Alicia Moran, Manager of Small Business Development. So thanks so much. And without further ado, I really now want to turn it over to Mr. Mcbride, who's probably going to give you 1,000 other resources that you can learn from. So I'm so excited. Thank you so much for partnering with us and doing this program with us. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Alicia. Have a good rest of the week.
Take care.
Thanks.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jamel Mcbride. I am the Adult Services representative for the Oxon Hill Library. I work with a team of fellow adult services librarians who focus on librarianship. We focus on providing your needs, whether it be looking for material or online resources. Today, we're going to be focusing on entrepreneurship and small business. So I want to introduce you to some of our online resources. But before we get into the online resources, the first thing you want to know is how to get a library card with us. So there's two options that you have. If you already are an existing library card member, you can definitely log on to our resources with your library card number and with your PIN number. And your PIN number is normally the last 4 digits of the phone number that you registered your library card under. If you don't have a library card with us and you are a member or a resident of PG County, you can use our virtual card. With our virtual cards, you have access to a lot of our online resources without coming into our branch. If you are a PG County resident, the virtual card will expire in 3 years. If you are a non-PG resident and you would like to get access to our resources, you can also get a virtual library card, but it will only last for 6 months. And so the virtual card is very beneficial, especially during this pandemic, because you're able to get access to our resources like Lynda.com, to our Gale resources, to some of the other online resources that I'm going to show you today. So the first one I want to show you is from the Gale Legal Forms. And this is important for everyone that is looking to start their business or just need access to some of our information. So to get access to this particular part of our website, you can go to our website, which is www.pgcmls.info. You can go down to our support services, or you can go to online library, hit the drop down menu and select small business resources. Okay, once we scroll down to our online resources, the first one we're going to talk about today is our Gale Legal Forms. And the reason why we're going to discuss this, because you're able to get access to some of the federal and state resources. So if you live in the state of Maryland, DC, or Virginia, there's some forms in relation to accounting and finances, to business operations. So for instance, if you're looking for documents on bookkeeping and financial statements, if you're looking for information on service contracts and shipping, or if you're looking for human resources policies and procedures, that information is available to you. Also, if you're looking for legal service forms like copyrights, patents, trademarks, waivers of consents, letters, notices like performance reviews and estimates, sales marketing like sales and good and market analysis, and technology and internet forms, like computer consulting for services for a website or documents for a website for development and marketing. These forms are available to you. Now, the important thing is that sometimes you feel like once you get to this point, you don't know how to get access to these forms, if you can download these forms. So, Nick, if you can just click one of the forms for me, we can show everyone what it looks like on the screen. So what you see in front of you is the assignment of copyright to multiple works pursuant to asset purchase. And as you can see, you're able to download this form. So you can download this form as a Microsoft Word document, as a rich text, or as an Adobe Acrobat PDF file. Some of our forms you're able to download as an Excel file as well. So if you need access to some of our financial statements, they do allow you to download those forms in Excel. Also, those forms provide a description of the form. So if you're unfamiliar with some of the content and you want further explanation on what that form is, you can read a description. You can actually look at a preview of that form, and then once you download it, you're able to get a template of the form and use it at your own leisure. You can erase some of the information provided, and then insert your own information for your own business. So the Gale Legal Form is very important because if you're trying to submit your business or your entrepreneurship and you need access to these forms, we have it available for you for free directly through our website. The next software application I want to show you is Lynda Com. And the reason why this is so important because when you're starting a business and you're trying to get access to software and learning different material, different applications, it's difficult to find resources available. And then also there's a cost to that. And sometimes the first thing you think, well, maybe I don't have access to this, or maybe I don't, know where to go. But with the library system, if you log into our small business resources, you can get access to this. Now with Lynda.com, it normally costs $20 a month for you to use it. And it works in conjunction with LinkedIn, but with the library system, it's free. So if you have your library number, if you have your PIN number, you can get access to these resources. So what I want to show you, Nick, if you go to the library, you'll see the actual drop-down menu. Just hover over it. Thank you. And so what you can see in front of you, there's the menu where you have access to different platforms, whether it be 3D animation, audio and music. Business is what we're going to focus on today. Art design for those who are creative designers and they want to learn how to do graphic design using Adobe Photoshop and Illustrator. For those who are into IT, photography, and video, these are some of the platforms that you can use. And with tutorials and with courses, you're able to learn at your own pace. So for business, what I want to show you is these three things. So you have the topics, you have the software, and you have the learning path. So with the topics, it's very important because sometimes you want to learn things like online marketing. You want to learn more about your business skills, how to implement some of the leadership and management skills, or even your communication skills with your employees and with your clients. Some of these tutorials and courses will help you in developing those skills. And so, for instance, if you're learning project management and you want to further develop that information, that knowledge about that, you can take a learning course at your own pace. And so as you can see in front of you, there's training and tutorials that you can follow along. If you go back to the library for me, Nicholas, we're gonna, yep, thank you. So in the business, the other part of this is your software. Now with technology, access, this is very important. Whenever you're being an entrepreneur, whenever you're starting your own business, you want to keep up with your records. If you need to do a presentation in front of your clients, you can use PowerPoint for Microsoft Word. That's important for any type of documents that you need to create. Even with Google Ads, if you want to create some type of video where you're able to broadcast it across the web, these videos will help you and will help train you to prepare you to use those different type of application and tools. So I know for myself, I am a freelance designer. I do use Adobe Photoshop. I do use Adobe Illustrator. And so Lynda.com does help me out a lot, especially with the design part. but also I'm trying to implement a lot of the business aspects of it. So if you're looking to definitely get involved with learning things at your own pace, especially with the pandemic, you're unable to come into the library. You can use these resources, and these are available to you through your computer, but also through your smartphone as well. So definitely take advantage of these. The last thing I want to talk about with Lynda.com is the learning paths. When it comes to business, it's very important to take some time to learn what you really want to do. And sometimes as an entrepreneur, you have an idea, you have a goal of what business that you want to create, and sometimes you don't. And so with these learning paths, you're able to build your skills and actually stay sharp in what you're looking to do. So, for instance, if you're learning to become a small business owner, there is a learning path to help build you in that area. And those topics, include things like entrepreneur foundation. So Nick, I think if you scroll down, there is a link that shows you the small business. Maybe it's not available there. So, for instance, with becoming a small business owner, some of the classes or some of the topics are like the entrepreneur foundations, creating a business plan, setting up your own business entity, finance foundations. So if you're trying to learn about finances and how to implement your finances into your business, you can learn there, especially with work-life balance. How do I balance myself as an entrepreneur to continue to follow my passion and make it into a business, but also give myself time for family, for fun, and for friends. So these courses are listed through our Lynda.com application. They're available to you. They're free to you. All you would need is your library card and your PIN number. The next topic I want to talk about on our online resources is our great courses. Now, the great courses is very important because these are classes taught by professors. For the small business um, courses, there's 3 that I've noted. So, Nick, if you don't mind, you can go back to the small business resources page on our website, and it should take you directly to the business portion of the great courses. Yes. So the great courses are a great opportunity for you to learn directly from well-known professors. As you can see in front of you right now, there's 5 courses listed. The money management skills course, that's taught by Professor Michael Finke, who's the professor at the American College of Finance Services. And so similar to Lynda.com, you would need to access this with your library card and your PIN number, but you will also have to create a username and password and register. Once you're able to download RB Digital or get access through the computer, you can get access to these courses. Now, the courses only last for 7 days. So after the 7 days, you will have to go back and re-register for the courses again, and you can continue. But the good thing about these courses is that sometimes we feel like we don't have access to information. And so the library is providing all this for you, and especially with well-known professors who have knowledge on money management, on investing, and on finances, you have these opportunities to get access to this. So we have a couple of other courses, The Art of Investing, which is Lessons from History Greatest Teachers, that is taught by John Longo, who is the professor at the Business School of Rutgers. And so again, like the previous course, you get able to get access to this. I think this has 24 lectures here in front of you. So take your time and you can learn at your own pace. And the last course for this particular application is Understanding Investments. That's by Professor Connell Fullenkamp, who is a professor at Duke University. So you definitely can do your personal research on these particular professors, but I recommend if you're starting your business and you want to learn more about investments and applying these principles and concepts, take advantage of these great courses on our website. The next application I would like to show you is on our website under the small business resources. It's called Reference Solutions. So with Reference Solutions, this is important because you can do a search for other businesses in your communities, and you can also learn more about your consumers. So first, we're going to just do a research, kind of go over the U.S. businesses. So Nick, if you can click on the U.S. businesses for me. So what you see in front of you is the company name. You also see the executive first name and last name. So for instance, let's say you want to do research on landscaping businesses in your community. You want to start your own landscaping business, but you want to know, okay, what are my competitors? Who are my competitors? What other companies are working in my field? Um, who can I contact if I need a landscaper to come out and work with me? Um, so, for instance, once you're able to insert the company name, is it working? Okay, great, thank you. So what you see in front of you, you can do a research on landscaping. So let's click on the first one. Let's see what options that we have. So what you see in front of you, this is the AC Lawn Care Landscaping. So what information it provides you the address, it provides you the phone number. It also provides you some of the industry profile. So if you want to do more research on what it takes for your business to meet code or to meet certain criteria, you can look at the other lawn businesses or other businesses in your community that will help you compare yourself to your competitors. If you scroll down, there's more information as well. Also, what you see in front of you is how many employees that particular business has. What is the sales volume? And also, what are how many years they've been in this particular database. So this is a great resource because for those who are looking to start businesses like cosmetology, barbering, just like your local restaurants, you can see what's in your community, what other businesses that you can network with, what are some of your partners. Also, there's different other graphs and resources there to kind of help you follow up on that business to kind of see, okay, this is where I need to go. So there is what is there's nearby businesses. So for instance, I'm looking at the landscape business, but it also tells me the other businesses that's surrounding that I can partner, okay, and see, well, can I partner with this business to make my business more effective? Okay. Also, for the reference solutions, another option that you have is being more identified with your consumers. Um, so I only recommend this if you're just trying to figure out the people who live in your community or who live around your business and you're trying to find out what their interests are, not necessarily for you to use it to solicit your business. But Nick, if you want, you can click on that for me, please. So let's say you just want to find out the people that's in your community. You're able to put the person's first name, last name, and phone number. And most of this information comes from the white pages as well. But this resource is just available through our website. You can type in a name and it'll give you a list of the name within our community and also in our state. So we're looking at Nicholas Brown. And so you can see there's multiple Nicholas Browns, there's different addresses. Um, I think for the most part, if you click on one, it'll show you their interest. So if they're interested in a home and gardening, if they're interested in athletics and health, you can see what some of the interests are. You can see some of the interests that are in your community and how your business fits their needs. You can see their estimated income. You can see how long they've been living at the residence. So this is important if you're just trying to do background research for your business and where you want to place your business at. Now, if you're working virtually, you can also use this resource. But if you're going to be localized in a central area, you want to know what other businesses and what are the interests of the residents around your business. I'm just going to check the comments to see if I have any questions so far. Okay. The next resource I want to show you on our website is also through our small business resources is our news suite. So with our news suite, this is where you have access to a lot of our resources. And with the pandemic, it's difficult, especially to get access to our items like the Washington Post and the New York Times. But you're still able to get access even though you're not able to come into our building. So if you're used to using this resource to look up other businesses, to look up jobs for those who are looking for jobs, to look for information going on in the Washington, D.C. area, you definitely can use access this resource. And so what you would do is you would log in with your library card and with your PIN number. Now, the difference is with the Washington Post, there's unlimited access to the website and the app. You can download the app, but I believe there's also a subscription, so there's more research that we have to do, but you definitely can get access to us if you go directly through our website. With the New York Times, it's only available for 72 hours, but once you log in, you should be able to get access to their resources as well. So if you are a entrepreneur who use these two resources to learn about the stock market, to learn more about the different businesses in these community, or just to learn more about different businesses like Nike, organizations and what they're doing with their business and how you can learn, model, and learn from their leadership skills. You could definitely use these two resources with the Washington Post and the New York Times. Another resource is Flipster. This is important because you're still able to get access to the magazines that we provide in our branches. You'll have to use a curbside assistance to make a request. But if you're unable to get access to the magazines that you want, there's a few magazines that we have available through Flipster that will help you with your business. And so two I want to highlight are Forbes and Fortune magazine. So for those interested in those particular magazines, you don't necessarily have to go out and buy them at your local store. You could definitely use it online through Flipster, and it's very user friendly. And there's back issues as well. So let's say you are unable to get to last month's issues, you can always go back and view last month. And I think it goes up to at least 2014. So these two resources are available to you, especially with the business magazines. If you're looking to follow certain trends, learn about what some of the organizations are doing, some of the leaders are doing in business and entrepreneurship, and how you can apply that to your own business.
One of the flips there, just to jump in real quick, is that there is a mobile app. So if you've got a tablet device or a laptop or whatever, if you prefer to use like the tablet device or your smartphone, you can access all those magazines on there as well as on the computer, which is pretty cool.
Thank you. So the next couple of topics we're going to discuss is the Foundation Directory Online and connecting with some of our partners and agencies. And so I'm going to hand that over to Nick at this time.
Sure. Thank you so much. All of these resources have been really awesome, and you've explained them really well for folks. I really appreciate it. So we have a huge amount of online resources, as you can tell, and each one deserves its own webinar or more. So we have 85, over 85 individual online resources, and you've seen examples of some of the great ones. What we've done during the pandemic is work to make sure that access is available remotely for the resources that were previously only available in the branches. So a couple examples of that were Foundation Directory Online Essential and Ancestry.com. Foundation Directory Online Essential is a really important database for anyone that's seeking grant funding and philanthropic support. So if you go to our online resources page from the home page in the menu, and then usually what I do is I'll just do a Control F search, but you can find Foundation Directory Online Essential, and then that takes you to the resource. And you can see here, win more grants and make a bigger difference, find the right funders now. So this is very important, and this is not just for nonprofits. There are a lot of capacity grants available for businesses as well. So this is a really significant resource that is now available from home for any of you who have access to the library. So let's type in, for example, food equity, which is an important topic, especially right now during the pandemic. So say you're a local co-op and you're looking for some grants. This will give you information about organizations that are involved in food security. Let's search for it that way. There you go. So there are over 9,000 organizations that give out grants for food security issues. So this is a huge deal. You know, typically you might want to go do all this research on your own from scratch, but when you're in a small business situation or you're an entrepreneur or you're just starting a nonprofit, time is essential, and you're probably doing way more than one job. And this is a resource to basically fill the gap of not having a dedicated business development or fundraising professional on your team. So you can see here, there's information on what the organizations give for, where the money is going. So what are the organizations and where are the locations of the organizations that are getting funded? How big are the grants? What are the topics here? So you can see health is the big focus right now for the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. It tells you about staff. It tells you about the financials of the organizations, gives you insights into their public relations. Things like employee matching gifts, like that's, if you're especially in a nonprofit situation, that is a huge resource to be able to find that information, because then you know that when you're working with your donors, if you find out that someone works at the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, that you can suggest that option for them to have their donations matched through their employer. So that's Foundation Directory Online Essential. Cannot emphasize enough how important this is for folks who have to seek either grant funding or capacity building funding. The other thing that we're going to cover real quick, and I'll go back to the small business resource page, is partnerships that the library has. We exist as a community building organization. So we don't have every resource, we don't have every answer, but what we do have is the know-how with our amazing staff to connect folks with the right resources that they might need, whether it's through us or through our trusted partners. So as you heard earlier in the session, the Economic Development Corporation in the county is a partner of ours. Another example is Employ Prince George's, which is our American Job Center here for the county, supporting workforce development and job training. On the side of small business and entrepreneur resources, you'll see here on our page some very important featured resources, as well as some featured community resources. So these are curated by our staff who are experts in workforce, small business, and entrepreneurship. And they are highlighting here some of the most essential tools for anyone who is in this space. So whether that's connecting with the Small Business Administration or connecting with the National Council of Nonprofits or the Maryland Small Business Development Centers, what we do as a library is you come to us with a question and identifying a need, or maybe you don't even know your need yet. Maybe you're just going to throw out some random things that you've been thinking, and then it's our job to help match you with the supports that are going to help you succeed. And one of the very special things that colleagues like Jamil and many others do in the library is connect individual customers with humans. It's not just about, oh, you need to go contact the Economic Development Corporation. No, now it means we're going to connect you with Alicia, who's going to connect you with the right people at the Economic Development Corporation for whatever need that you might have. Another example is the Financial Empowerment Center at PGCC, which is also a great support of small businesses and entrepreneurs. They offer financial literacy training and one-on-one appointments. That's like, you go pay H&R Block a lot of money for that, and it's available to you for free. And what we do as the library is we know where to send you to get the resources at no cost. So encourage you to keep track of these partnerships that we have through the library on our various curated pages like this small business and entrepreneur resources page. The other thing that I would recommend, which I know is coming up on our list anyway, so I'll just throw it in now, is keeping track of all of our organizations on social media. Because there are so many resources available right now, especially in this emergency operations period, there are relief efforts coming out from every agency under the sun, federal, state, local, international, and there's no way to keep track of it all. But what you can do by following our social media and the social media of the Economic Development Corporation and FEC and Small Business Administration is that you can just kind of automatically have that instant information flow coming into your social media feed so that you don't have to go digging for it. Because we can't update a website 24 hours, but we can push out a tweet at 11:30 at night when it's some late breaking opportunity. And it's very, very important to follow these organizations. The platforms that have the most information flow are Twitter, just because the way that the algorithms are structured, we can do a huge amount of posting on there, whereas on Facebook, we have to curate and limit the posting a bit more. Instagram is a great place to get a sense of the marketplace that you're working in. And then LinkedIn, of course, is a great professional community where you can learn about grant opportunities, funding opportunities, connect with colleagues and other organizations. And the library has a presence on all those platforms, and the Economic Development Corporation is available on all of them as well. So that is my piece. I'll throw it back to Jamil.
Thank you, Nick. So we have a few more items we want to discuss. We're going to talk about mobile printing first, and then we'll go to 3D printing, and then we'll talk about borrowing technology like the Khajiit. So for mobile printing, this is important for those who would like to use our services. There are only a few branches at this time because of the pandemic that are open for mobile printing, and it's just 3 easy steps. What you want to do first, you want to download the Printer On app onto your smart device. And then once you download the Printer On app, you have to upload your document and send it to that particular branch. And you can go to our website, you see it in front of you, and it'll walk you through the steps. It'll also give you a list of the branches that are serviced for mobile printing. So we have Khajiit, Bladensburg, Vermont Heights, Glenarden, Hillcrest Heights, Hodgeville, New Carrollton, South Bowie, Spaldings, and Upper Marlboro. Once you send your job to that particular branch, to their printer services, you'll have to create a curbside appointment. We're going to talk briefly about that next after we go over the 3D printing. If you're unable to download the app or you're having some issues with it, you can also email your print request directly to the library print system. But we ask if you do so that you include your name and your library card in the subject file so we can recognize your print requests. The next thing we're going to talk about is 3D printing. This is something that we've been doing before the pandemic, but we're opening it up to the public for those who are looking to get some things created using our 3D printer. Excuse me. So the cost for 3D printing is about $1 per hour, and it's calculated based off, it's calculated once the request is received. Once the request is received, you'll receive an email and with the print cost, and if you confirm the print cost, excuse me, then we'll schedule your file to be printed. Once we do that, it takes about 2 weeks from the time you submit your job to the time of pickup for your 3D printing item to be created. Your file must be a STL file, which is a stereolithography file, or OBJ, which is a standard 3D image format file that can be exported into 3D editing programs. And we have some of those resources available to you on our 3D page. So Nick, if you scroll at the bottom, we can look at the resources, and then we'll follow up with the submission form. So what you see in front of you is your learning resources at your library and your printable models for the web. These are some of the resources that you have, and also your 3D design tools and lessons. So if you're looking for 3D models for the web, you have Thingiverse, NASA 3D resources, and the Smithsonian X3D. If you're looking for design tools for 3D items, and you're trying to learn how to create them, you have Tinkercad and some of the resources available there. Tinkercad and Thingiverse are free, so definitely take advantage of those on our website. We'll go to the submission form in the middle of the screen.
One thing really about the thing is that this is an opportunity for entrepreneurs who are early in their development cycle. If you need to be printing out prototypes, or if you have small products that you need a 3D printer to produce, the library is here for you, and you don't have to have a 3D printer at home. It's a little more involved of a process right now because we're in COVID mode, because typically these are available at the branches and you would work through our digital services team to coordinate that workflow. One of the things that we're looking forward to in the future is increasing the capacity of our 3D printing program to really be leveraged by entrepreneurs on a more regular basis. So if you're, for example, running a small Etsy shop out of your house, printing custom keychains, there's no reason why you couldn't use our 3D printers as part of this program to do your production. That is what it's here for, and we want to make sure that we can provide the most options for service through this.
So what you see in front of you is the submit form for the 3D print requests. You can click on that link, and it'll give you instructions as far as how to print the request. But you'll have to include your name. You'll have to include your library card number, your email address, and your phone number. Also, you want to include which branch you want to pick up your item from. And if we scroll down to the bottom, thank you. And then you also have where you can upload your file. So if you use some of the resources that Nick and I talked about previously, once you create those files, you can upload it there, or you can link it to the Thingiverse object. Also, you want to choose your print color, and it looks like we have some options with black, white, sky blue, and purple. So take a look at those. But then if you're open to sharing some of the 3D creations that we did for you with the public, and allowing us to put it on our social media page and website, you can select yes. And once you submit it, we'll take it from there and we'll be in contact with you. The next resource I want to show you is the Khajiit, which is our borrowed technology where you can get access to Wi-Fi. So this is very important because, especially with the pandemic and us being close to the public, you're able to use this resource at home, especially for your business, and use this to connect to the internet. The way it works is you'll place the request on hold. So you'll call the call center. Once you place the request on hold for that particular branch, you'll create a curbside appointment and you'll pick it up from there. Now, what I forgot to mention, I'm sorry about the 3D printing, is that, I'm sorry. So yeah, for the 3D printing, we ask that you don't send it during certain time periods, similar to the mobile printing as well. So we ask that you don't send it from Sunday at 4 p.m. to Tuesday at 12 p.m. Because we're not open during those hours. But for the Khajiit, they're only available at certain branches as well. It's really only for educational use, and it's operational from 6 a.m. to 1 p.m. The device will be loaned to you for a 9-week period. And once you're finished with the device, you'll return it back to the branch that you got it from. Now there's a certain limit as far as like gigabytes. So if you run over that limit, it'll start working for you, and then you can contact the branch and we can make arrangements for you to return it. But those are some of the options, especially for those who are looking to use internet services or Wi-Fi at home. Do you have anything you want to add to that, Nicholas?
Yeah, my only thought on the hotspots is that right now we know that everyone's home internet, if you're fortunate enough to have home internet, and if you don't, your mobile devices, if you've got internet that way, are really strained given everything that we're doing from home, whether it's teleworking or virtual school. So even if you've gotten a smart spot or a hotspot through the school system for your kids, for example, you can also still come to the library and borrow one of our hotspots so that you've got an additional network and some more bandwidth in your home for your family to use. One important thing to note about our devices is that there are filters. So certain things are blocked, like social media, some streaming platforms, et cetera. But if your family needs it for educational purposes, or if you're a small business owner who's trying to do Lynda Com courses, but your home internet is so strapped with 5 people online at the same time, this can help you out, and it's completely free. You can borrow for 9 weeks at a time, and the only requirement is that it has to be an adult over the age of 18 who does the borrow of this device. We're just about at time for our webinar, so I'm going to ask if anyone has any questions that you'd like us to answer right now. We'd love for you to put them in the chat wherever you're watching, and then while we're waiting for some questions to come in, just want to kind of remind everyone that the library remains in adjusted operations due to the pandemic. We are in phase 1 of our reopening plan. So the main way to get our in-person services is through curbside service, which is available at 17 of our branches. And they all have the same hours except for Baden. So if you live in the southeast corner of the county and use the Baden branch, please visit our website for their hours. You can get print items, so books, you can get movies through curbside service, you can do the mobile printing, you can get these Khajiit smart spots at certain branches. We also have a lot of great activity kits going out through those programs, and of course the 3D printing pickup as well. Our Ask a Librarian and Biblioconsulta services is a way for you all to reach us at the library at any time. So you can call to get support in English or Spanish at 240-455-5451. The number's up on the screen there. You can also email us at askalibrarian@pgcmls.info. Or you can alternatively send us a message on any of your preferred social media platforms, and we'll get back to you on there too. There is no question that is too silly or dumb in our world. Like, we want to help you out. Whatever the question is, you might say to us, "Is the metro running tonight?" We'll find you an answer or direct you to a resource. We really just want to be a support for you in whatever way is helpful. And certainly, as you've heard today, there's a tremendous amount of support that's available for small businesses and entrepreneurs. So what I'm going to do, since we haven't had any questions, Jamil, do you have any last closing thoughts for folks? And then I'll bring Alicia back on if she'd like to come on as well.
Sure. Just thank everyone for coming out today. Also, I work on workforce and community development, just to highlight some of the things we're doing. So if you know someone who's looking for the Career Kickstart program, we have 2 sessions left, one November the 23rd and one November the 30th from 6 to 8 p.m. You can register through our website. If you know anyone who's looking for interviewing skills, resume building, you can go there. Also, because you're an entrepreneur and you're looking to get into a field, we have the career chats where we do one-on-one interviews with different persons in their career, where for our teens and our young professionals, if you're looking to get into some type of career, you can watch our videos, and everything is available on YouTube. And then the last thing is just the microsite. We're still working to build that up, but we're going to make that available to the public where you can get access to some of our resources there, including small business and entrepreneurship.
Awesome. Thank you so much. We'll bring Alicia back on.
Wow. Thank you so much. That was amazing. I am impressed. There is a lot that the library can help both our entrepreneurs and those maybe looking for jobs and work to help get them going. But to have 3D printing and hotspots that you can actually rent out, and the library, the legal resources and all the other resources, I just want to thank you. And I want to thank the library system for being our partners. Prince George's County Economic Development Corporation. It really does take a village to help entrepreneurs and our business community. So thank you so very much to library for all you do. And we look forward to working with you even more closely and sharing this information more broadly so that more people know what kind of resources are out there. So thank you for being a part of Global Entrepreneurship Week, and we'll hope to be working with you again soon. If anybody has questions, we're always here to help. So thank you so much for all you're doing.
Thanks, everyone. We appreciate you. Stay safe, stay healthy, wear a mask, follow the county's guidelines on COVID, please, so that we can get you back in the buildings safely, because we can't wait to see you all in person again. And thank you to Alicia for helping inspire this event today. And thank you, of course, to my amazing colleague Jamil for leading us through this great content. We're very fortunate at the library to have such amazing colleagues and partners such as both of you. So thank you, and we'll see you all again soon.
All right,
Take care. Stay safe.